credits rolled. Midsommar.
That's right. I'm Zach.
Oh yeah, I'm Ryan.
This is VHS, and yeah, we just watched Midsommar for sure. So
Yeah.
pretty long movie. A lot of cool stuff about it though.
Yeah.
One thing I fucking couldn't stand, and I said it from the beginning, is
we'll start with what we like versus what we don't like.
Yeah.
Throughout the case. All right, go.
I figured what we love, what we hate. Then we can do the synopsis.
Yes. That
Fucking
sounds
what
good.
I hate that the audio is at a reasonable level, like, you know, maybe like a 5 or 6. And then the music that they pair with it, you know, you expect, oh, maybe it's a little louder, 7, 8, no, it's like a phone! Like, I'm like breaking my speakers. Like it's like everyone in my house, my neighbors are getting woken up from this. I'm like, fuck. So like I want to turn it down, and then then you go to the audio, and it's like, what?
And like when they're like moaning and stuff, and like
dude,
fucking getting it on,
crazy.
and that
Like
shit's loud
that,
as hell too.
Look, the moaning I can get, I understand, but like they don't need the music that fucking
Don't
loud.
watch this with any sort of like parental people.
just be ready for your speakers. But
goodness.
what I did like about it, I liked whenever they were tripping, like she would look down, she would see grass on her feet,
Yes.
or she had her hands in the
I
grass.
just loved
and then
how like things were like breathing. It seemed like
and then
everything
like
was pulsating.
Yeah, pulsating. That was what I was looking for. They had pulsating stuff. We saw faces in the background.
Yeah.
You were seeing them in the smoke.
There's a lot of imagery.
Yeah,
with this one, it was good.
Yeah, and like just like it was a lot of weird vibes. But before we get, I guess, do you have anything you specifically loved or hated?
What I love, what I hate.
I hated the boyfriend.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
dude,
such a-
yeah.
he's
I
a
fucking hate
piece
that
of
guy.
shit.
Hate that character through and through.
Dude,
just the worst.
How
the
like
worst.
if
So
you had to
bad.
rank him and Francis, which like I think this guy's worse than Francis.
Francis. Oh,
The
Francis.
Watcher's
yeah.
husband.
Okay, yeah, dude, this guy's 10 million times worse.
Yeah,
At least
sure.
Francis wasn't even fucking there.
Francis
What he
Francis was absent and
yeah,
gaslighting.
dude, yeah, he wasn't nothing like this. This guy is.
This guy's a
he's
piece
scum
of
to every
work.
single person in
He
his fucking
it's
circle.
everyone, and then he's
God.
just like he's ugh.
And he's like the worst because he's also spineless as all hell.
Oh my
Not
God,
only
I
is he a
know.
fucking sleazy
He's a little
loser,
snake.
but he's just like a little spineless, like, well, I'm just gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah, he's like, you know what?
Oh, sorry. And like,
I'm gonna do a thesis on this now.
I hate this guy. What's his name? Christian?
Christian.
Fucking piece of shit.
It was rough.
God.
Do you want to do kind of like a little breakdown? Or do you want me to do a breakdown?
I'll do like a mini breakdown, then you can get more into the details if you want to get in the weeds.
I'd love to do that.
But like the main concept of this film is there are like a group of friends kind of, and then a +1 essentially with the girl. What was her name?
Danny.
Danny, yes. Before I get too much into it, I guess Danny loses her mom, her dad, and her sister through
Tragically, yeah.
some crazy, it was like a tragic accident. We won't get into the details too much on what it was.
Will we not? Why?
Okay, I guess we will. Fine, yeah, I guess we will. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it to them to find out. I guess it doesn't matter, yeah. Anyway,
Opening scene.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
know, I know. So,
Terry, her sister's bipolar.
yeah, Terry,
sends
your
her a
sister,
cryptic email.
Yeah, some crazy email talking about like it's getting dark here. Parents are coming as well, or something like that.
Yeah, she said everything's black.
Yes.
I'm going away. Parents are coming too. Goodbye.
She runs the cars in the garage, has the hose leading to the parents' bedroom, and
like seals off the cracks.
Yeah, seals it all off, so the parents die in their sleep essentially from the fumes. And then she's got one, literally, she tapes it into her mouth, which is, I thought that was a crazy thing to do. Like, even if you're gonna kill yourself, I mean, who knows? Maybe she was just like, I want to huff it, but like duct taping it just seemed very odd to me.
Yeah.
That seemed almost like
That's more like a movie. That's more like a movie thing. You know what I'm saying?
weird, yeah,
I
it
feel
was
like
very
that's just
odd.
like a visual, creepy visual.
Yeah, but regardless, so it takes place, she just had that tragic thing happen, and then her boyfriend is about to leave in like 2 weeks also to Switzerland to do this thing over summer where it's like a month and a half that him and his friends were gonna go follow another friend that lives over there who invited them over, who was from school, that was like, hey, come check out, we do this festival every
commune,
at this like commune essentially where he lives and grew up at.
And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity because it happens every 90 years or so.
Yeah, it's like every 90 years or so, or 19 or 90.
Yeah, it was weird because I swear this is 19, but at the end there was another part that said 90.
But it's, exactly.
do
It was
this
like
every
4,
90 years.
But either way, it's a big festival, it's a big deal, it's like a big traditional thing. He's like, come check it out, it's really cool. It goes on for like X amount of days. So, but yeah, so they go over to this place. You see this really cool area. It's like very scenic looking. A lot of greenery, a lot of open, a lot of open fields. It looks nice. As soon as they get there, immediately into getting there, the guy's like, hey, y'all want to trip on some shrooms? So there's a lot of psychedelics within this film, just peppered out. And then like you're just following this cult. You see a lot of weird traditions. There's things where like the levels get amped up quickly, very quickly. They have very strict rules. Yeah. And then it just starts getting really wild. So I'm gonna like pass the torch to you, and you can kind of get more into the weeds on like what was going on with it.
Yeah. Okay. There's one thing whenever things start taking a turn, starts getting real. The guy they ask about like where they're staying, they're in this awesome barn. He's like, oh, this is like where all the kids sleep, all right? And he's like, we see childhood as, from 0 to 18, that's your childhood. So that's like your spring, all right? Then when you're 18 to 36, that's your summer. So right, so that's like your young adulthood. Then after 36 to 54, something like that, that's your fall, but that's like you work. So that's their work life. So that's when they're in a labor job. Not labor camp, that's like their labor time. Yeah. And then after that, they become 54, 71, 72, they become an elder. And then Danny was like, oh, what happens that next year?
Yeah, what happens after 72?
The guy just goes.
And then finally from 54 to 72, you become a mentor.
What happens at 72?
And so then they all laugh like, when it's like, clear as day, he's not joking. Yeah. And even if he was like joking, they don't no follow up like, no, seriously. They're like nothing. They're just like, like
you did.
Again, like if they have such strict things, then like that would be the winter. So anyway, next morning they're like, oh, you're gonna get to witness a great ceremony. I forget what it's called.
But he does name it though, and the one dude who's like the brainiac, he was like, wait, you're talking about a blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, is it like a real one? And he's like, yeah, of course. And he's like, huh, that's crazy. And then the dude's like, freaking Christian. He's like, whoa, what is it? And they're not gonna tell him, so he's like, oh, well, I'll just Google it. And he goes to Google it, but then no signal.
No service,
because they're like out in the middle of nowhere. And then on top of that, the chick's like, well, is it scary? And she looks at the nerd, and he's like,
and he just goes,
yeah,
you'll see
tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if he really knew.
I hope he didn't,
extent, or if he really thought it was actually gonna be
with
like
his
that.
reaction. I don't think he really knew the extent of it, but wow. So they're taken to a place, and
they all eat dinner first, or eat like lunch or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
This is part of the ceremony, because the next day they're all eating at this big table that's kind of like shaped goofy.
It's one of their symbols.
Yeah, and everybody's like chilling there. These two old folk, and we call it right away. We're like, those guys look pretty old. It's a man and a woman.
Yeah. Well, and they're both dressed in blue. Everyone else is always dressed in white.
Exactly.
Then there's two blue chairs that are like the head of the table.
They come strutting down.
Everyone stands up. You're not allowed to sit, and they're asking like, how long do we wait till we, when do we sit? And they're like, as long as it takes.
I think that was another moment actually. That was when they were on a straight line, and it was when there was a little boy who rung the bell after that first dude.
Yeah, you're right.
But there is a lot of that where like you follow the leader type of deal.
Yeah, and in this case, you follow the people who have their last meal.
You pick up on the signal, you read the room is what this whole movie is, and that's what they're doing with this whole cult.
Yeah.
So like, the old people sit down, they start eating, everybody starts sitting down eating. They do the cheers, they do a little thing. They look a little ominous, but also kind of like, hey, this is like another part of whatever chapter to this tradition.
Yeah.
You don't really know, but then they take the whole party to like a freaking face of a cliff.
Yeah.
Massive cliff. It's very white too. Like the rock is very white.
They're all wearing white, the stone's white, everything's bright white, to where like if there was any bloodshed, it would be like stark contrast.
On top of the cliff, they do some shit where they like cut the hands of these old people, and then they take them and they put them on these like
wipe them on these tombstone-looking things, runes with other carvings in them. And then they walk off to this diving board pillar of the cliff,
it's
to
like
where
the peak
it's a perfect diving board. And
everybody, the crowd's down below, just staring up at them.
Yep.
We're all watching.
And then the lady goes first. She she sings. She just does her little thing.
Does her little interpretive dance thing.
And then she takes a dive and belly flaps, and she actually jumps.
Yeah.
And then she lands perfectly on like this other rock that's like there right below like the thing. And then
and they showed the whole thing,
too.
It
was fucking it was crazy after they showed it. And then so obviously all the Americans and London people are freaking the fuck out. The London couple especially, The other Americans are kind of like, oh my God, what the fuck?
The Americans are kind of like, like, some of them are in shock.
Yeah.
The one dude, the nerd, kind of knew what was going on. Also, their other friend was still sleeping. He wasn't even there to witness this.
That's true.
And then, like, Christian, the little bastard's like, whoa, like, pacing. He always looks like he's kind of like...
He was in distress before that happened.
Yeah, he always looks like he's like a druggie of some sort. He looks like he's got this, like
shiftiness.
Yeah, he's shifty. He's like, I don't know. It's weird, yeah.
But, yeah.
But then the girl is just in shock. She's like, oh my God. She just saw somebody kill themselves.
I mean, and she just recently went through something, dude.
Very similar aesthetic, Yeah. And then the old guy goes up. And as he's going up, you still hear, like, it's like a shell shock type of deal where it's like you hear it ringing in the girl's ears. But then you can kind of hear the London dude. He's like, don't do it. Go back. And then tell him how he goes off.
He just walks off it like he's walking down the street. Walking straight off, so he pencil dives essentially. He's walking off, and then the rock's still there, just boom, and it's just like you would imagine.
Yeah.
Legs mangled, didn't die, but just in so much pain. So then
he's looking at it,
we also called it. They had this giant ass, like comically large hammer.
You see
mallet.
it like almost like a carnival when they be like,
Yes.
hit that, you ring the bell, you get a prize.
And so that is when people do this stupid jump and don't die. So.
And like, well, there's also like a hive mind aesthetic throughout this whole cult where like this guy, he's like, he just broke his legs.
When someone's in pain.
Yeah, he's like, well, anything, pain or like
pain,
happiness,
pleasure,
whatever.
any feelings.
They mimic it and they like elevate it to where it's like breathing. Like it's very like they got this trippy aesthetic laced throughout too. But he starts like, and then everybody's like, oh.
Yeah. They
crowd gets loud. Yeah,
it's literally like as his screams, it becomes the crowd screams at the same time. It's very weird. And then the guy comes in with the mallet, smacks the shit out of it, caves in his skull.
And by the way, as soon as he does it, everybody quiets because then that dude's dead. He quiets. But
then they give it to like a little kid.
There's a little assembly line of them.
Little kid, there's 3 of them. And then like a young adult, someone in their spring phase fucking takes it and fucking wham.
Bam.
And then like a third person, wham. And it's just like fucking crazy.
And they show it each time.
Yeah.
Like, and then they show the reactions of the people.
They did
a
really good like practical effects on that. That was crazy.
Yeah, they're like,
crazy.
Let's fucking send it. It's crazy.
They did good on that. But so that's the when they know something's gonna be off.
Yeah, after that they're like, I don't know. And like the London couple, immediately you hear them in the background. They're like, we're getting the hell out of here.
They're trying to leave
today,
for
tomorrow.
sure.
We need to get out of here.
And so next time you see the London chick with her bags, be like, all right, we're gonna be leaving. She leaves out like one of the barns. She's like, where's so and so? And one of the nice guys in white came out and said,
one of the older dudes. Yeah.
He left already.
Oh yeah, and also this whole cult. I'm gonna cut you off there.
You're fine.
They remind me of like the Amish, but instead of wearing like dark black colors, it's white, bright colors.
They wear all white.
Very Amish,
It's like an Amish hippie vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Because they all wear white, but they have the flowers in their hair a lot, and they kind of like do a whole.
And they have all these structures on their property that are very strange, like triangular shaped or like weird shaped buildings and like just sculptures, kind of like. Yeah. They had like rays of like sunshine, I guess.
You walked through a big circle and it was like a sun. It was really cool.
They also had that flower pole thing that
Yeah, that was really cool. It was like a giant cross with flowers all over it.
I feel a sneeze.
And then what was that? They had one building that was like literally like going into the ground.
Yeah. That was the what was that guy's
name? Atrium, the library.
Oh my God.
The inbred, the Oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle's room where he's just fucking finger painting all their stories.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could have sneezed because that was horrible. Now my eyes are just watering.
Yeah, and so things take a turn. People from the group start disappearing and dying.
This was a late night filming.
This is a late night filming, long ass movie, good movie.
We put in the hours for you.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
And then, so
So they come back. That one chick's trying to leave. Then the other dude from the cult village is like, hey. Your boyfriend, he already left. By the way, it's her fiance, and she's like, he wouldn't just leave me. He's like, no, he left. There was only enough room for him and like the driver of the vehicle or something.
Yeah, so some weird excuse.
Had to go catch a train or a bus. It takes 35 minutes to get there, 35 minutes to come back. They'll come back for you. You'll catch the next one. Bada bing, bada boom. You're good. You're good.
She's like, he obviously wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't he tell me? Even?
Yeah. She's like, that's bullshit.
She's like, well.
And then I think she just starts like walking, right?
No, they kill
Something
her
like that?
immediately. Dude.
Well, doesn't she like get her book back? She's like, no, that's BS or whatever. She starts moving. Do they jump her? What do they do? How'd she get snagged?
I don't
remember that.
I don't think anyone gets to leave in my mind.
Well, no, she didn't leave, but she was walking away with her stuff still. She didn't just like put her shit down and be like, okay.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
she wasn't just gonna be like, yeah, okay. I'm
I
gonna wait
can't
for the
remember
truck.
how she got snagged.
They don't show it. I think they just off screen. Like the next, they cut to someone else, and that's the last you see her again.
Gotcha.
And the next time when they asked, they're like, yeah, she fucking left with the next train.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the same excuse. And then.
So yeah, so those two people are gone now, and they're dead. And then now we have the rest of the group, the original group, and we have the nerd is definitely, he's all in. He's like, I'm staying. Yeah. I'm writing my thesis,
he's writing his thesis on this.
Then Christian, he pops into the barn.
Dude,
And
do you want to just take a breakdown of all the piece of shit things Christian does from the beginning? Because Christian
yes.
wasn't. So
okay.
His girlfriend had a brutally tragic
thing happened with her family. How she lost it.
Yeah,
horrible.
So he had this boys trip planned to Sweden and trip. Trip and whatever for like a month and a half. And he was gonna be gone.
What you said, I think, is 100% on the money. He was gonna like break up with her before.
Yeah, he was gonna break up with her before. That's why he didn't tell her about it. But then this tragedy happened. And he didn't know how to do it.
His girlfriend was also calling him before she found out their whole family was dead, saying like, "Hey, my sister sent me some weird cryptic message. She emailed me. I'm kind of like stressing about it." He's like, "It's nothing. What do you say?" He's like, "She's like schizo anyways or something, right? It's fine. Whatever."
They start off like already the tone.
And he
of,
like
him
blows
being,
it off. Yeah, where he's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah.
And then like then you find out that her intuition was right. Her whole family's dead. He comes over that day for her or whatever and like acts like he cares.
Well, I mean,
like,
I mean, he might have cared, but he didn't. He's just a shitty person in general.
Shitty person. Oh my God, there's so many.
It's so bad.
And then he takes her to the party. Yeah. That's how she finds out.
So not from him, but someone mentioned it, and she's like, "What?" And he's like, yeah, I was thinking about going. I don't know, maybe." And then he already bought a ticket. He wasn't gonna tell her.
She's like, "You already had your ticket."
Yeah, and she's like, "Why wouldn't you just tell me about it?" She's like, "I don't even care if you go. I just wish you wouldn't tell me." And
it's like a month and a half trip.
And I mean, it's a big deal. And
it's something you would tell somebody
for sure. So he was definitely trying to just leave her and ditch her, break her up with her. I think before that. But she's clinging to him, wishing that she has something because she has lost her whole family. Right? So she's like, "Oh no, babe, it's okay. I just wish I knew. Blah blah blah. Like, come on, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Just not reacting the right way." And he's like, "Well, it kind of seems like you're mad and trying to control me and it's like fucking come on, dude." Anyway, so then cuts the next scene. He goes to talk to his friends. He's like, "Wait out in the hall here, babe. I'm gonna walk in first," which is weird. No. She comes over. So,
she comes over the house.
She comes over. Yeah. So she knocks on the door. He's about to go get it. He's like, "Hey guys, just so you know, I invited Danny.
Yeah.
She's not gonna come, but I invited her.
But she's not gonna come.
They're all like,
she won't come.
Like,
they're
so
like, what the fuck?
Is she coming?
Is she coming or not?
Well, she accepted the invite, but she's not gonna come.
Yeah.
She's not. Again, he's making her way to the door for like a minute and a half just talking to this, and these guys are like, "What are you talking about? This is taking us all off guard." Anyway, then he lets her in, and she's like,
and he was also right before he goes, "But you all wanted her to come." Like right before he opens the door. Remember that?
Well,
he's like, "You all wanted her to come." Like, okay.
Yeah, it's again so many shit things he does throughout the movie that's just bad like that.
That was a whole fucking thing.
Oh, with the thesis. That's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to go through the shittiness because I wanted to backtrack that just before.
Oh no! What about when they first got there and they all were going to trip?
Yes.
She was like, "I'm not ready to trip," because her headspace.
Dude, she was crying in the plane. She was crying in the bathroom. Which, by the way, cool fucking cut in that movie.
That was a good transition.
Yes. Because she had to leave and cry at their apartment or whatever, and when she slammed the door, it was inside a plane bathroom crying. It was cool.
But anyway, so as soon as they get there, this guy's like, "Hey, I got some shrooms. We're all about to trip. Here you go." Everybody starts taking some, and then she's like, "I'm not ready for this. I can't do that."
Yeah.
And then the boyfriend's like, "Oh, you don't want to do it or whatever." And then does he offer? Then he's like, "Oh, well, I won't do them then either." Because of that.
Yeah, he says something like, I think he just says something like,
because something about the guys say like, "Hey, we're all about to do something." She's like, "You can still do it though." That's what she says.
What he says.
She says, "You can still do it though," and he goes,
"No, I'm gonna wait for you.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna wait for you."
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you.
What
and then the guy's like, "Hey, we're all doing these." Like, "I'm gonna wait for her because she's not ready to do them."
And then you're like, "No, we all gotta do it at the same time.
Like,
we're gonna have a different trip."
Yeah, we're gonna have a different trip.
And he's like, "Well, you can wait for us if you want."
Yeah, exactly.
Putting all the pressure, all the blame on
her.
this woman who'd already gone through all the stuff. And he's like, "Oh, look, it's on her. If it's not up to, it's not my fault. She's fucking ruining our guys' trip." Again,
and then she was like, "All right,
she's
well,
like,
I'm
fine.
about to buckle up. Look, I'm gonna do it then."
He's like, "It's not a big deal. It's not. You don't really have to do this." She's like, "No, it's gonna cause a big thing if I don't. Like, let's just fucking go." He's like, "You sure?"
And then she's like, "Are you sure?" Like, cause she thought maybe he might be second guessing at that point for himself. But then
I didn't suspect that till later. I thought he was just trying to manipulate her.
Yeah. But then they all wound up tripping. Either way, fuck that. So there's another part where he's just trying to fucking use her as a cop out to not trip himself because he's a bitch. And then there's the thesis. That was the thing for sure. Where
so the Brainiac was already, he was going there to study them because he had his whole thesis.
It's been obvious. He asked questions. He knows stuff. He's been doing research leading to this.
That was one of the original reasons why they got the invite in general, because he was doing his thesis on this, right? So after that jump that they witnessed,
yes,
the guy came back into the barn when it was just the Brainiac and him, and he's like, "Hey, so I'm gonna do my thesis on this."
Yeah. I thought you should know. I'm gonna do my thesis.
He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And like he actually says what the audience is thinking, like, "God, you are such a piece of shit."
Yeah,
like,
he calls him out for all of it, which is so true.
And then like, after he calls him out, dude, what's his fucking response?
He's like, "Well, I'm gonna do it anyways, and we can always collaborate. I'm always open to collaborate."
That's right. He's like, "Yeah, if you want to collaborate, that's
it's
up to you."
Back off all his knowledge. He's such a bastard, dude.
Yeah, well, it's just like they basically for an in their field, they found a gold mine of craziness that this crazy society with all these rules, all these weird traditions. Like, this is big. So that's why he's like, "Yeah, this is awesome.
I need to get it."
And the other guy was like, "Dude, this is not like it's a quick hobby. I've been invested in this. I've been doing this. I've been researching for years.
Exactly.
This is a big deal for me." Anyway,
they both put in the time.
Yeah, so he's just a piece of shit through and through throughout the film, that. Ends up like, he's sitting with his girlfriend at one point. They're all sitting talking, and then one of the ladies
kicks him
while they're dancing, and she like winks at him, and then he's like immediately like to the Sweden guy, "Hey, can anyone just like go and like jump in on this?
Yeah, jump in on this and dance?" Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, sure."
And then even the girlfriend's like, she saw that. And that was also on her birthday, by the way.
He didn't know.
That was, which. And the dude who brought him was like, he knew it was her birthday. He's like, "Here's a little gift. I drew a picture of you for you. I only do that to people on their birthdays because I know it's your birthday. It's your birthday, right?
Happy birthday."
Yeah, where's your boyfriend?
And then the way later on in that day, like him and the Sweden guy are talking.
I almost feel like the Swedish dude told him, like, "Hey, remember it was her birthday."
They were talking about it.
Yeah. I feel like he got the heads up from that guy though. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he made it out to be like, "Oh, I was talking to him."
He's
like,
a piece
so
of
I
shit.
can
He's
get
a
this
liar.
cake
He's a liar.
for you.
For
yeah,
sure.
he's a
Where did he get that cake, Ryan?
Yeah,
he got it from
yeah.
them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Like the Swedish guy was like, "You forgot it was her birthday. It's a big deal," and that's why they you got to see you got to hear a little bit of the conversation. Like, "Did you tell her?" Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like, "Do you tell her I forgot?" type of thing. So it's like, yes, the Sweden definitely informed him. And
Crazy.
while like he's like, "Oh, I got a surprise for you. It's a little sheet piece of cake and a candle."
Like, I don't know how to light this.
Yeah, and like it was so awesome they did in the movie. Like he was trying to light it for like ever while he's trying to sing "Happy Birthday."
Hope you like a lot of flint on your cake there.
And she was like, "It's fine, whatever, you know." Just like, just stop. And he's like, "Look, I got all messed up with like the times because like it's always sunny here. I thought it was yesterday."
So funny.
Like he was saying like he didn't know. It was
he's
today,
just a little
still.
shithead. He is the worst. Through and through, there's plenty of other ones too, I'm sure. There's a lot of other scenes where he's just a little cocksucker, but
through all of them.
Fuck it. Anyways, so the movie, really good though. Moving forward, you got, what was it, Sid from Toy Story, that guy?
Yeah.
He goes to take a piss, and it happens to be on this, like,
dead tree,
ancestral tree of life. But
honestly, it could be both for that one.
Ancestral, but they take the ashes of all their dead and they spread around this dead tree that's really big, that's just sitting sideways.
Yeah.
And he went to go take a piss.
Contains all their like ancestors for sure.
And he went to go take a piss and just happened to be on this one tree you shouldn't be marking.
Well,
so they're
it's an open field. It's the one dead tree. So he's like, "Hey, I can just this is like a good spot. I can
this
be
is
like,
nice. We're in nature. I'm gonna take a piss." Yeah.
But
so they get really extremely upset with that.
Oh my god, they freak the fuck out.
They wind up just pulling him during like a freaking dinner at one point.
Yeah. A chick just like, "Hey, come here, I just want to show you something."
They're mean mugging him, and then this hot chick's like, let me come show you something. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get the hell out of here," because it looks like they want to murder me.
And then she leads him to get murdered.
Yeah, and then he goes.
Yeah, you just never see him again from.
But then you may or may not see him again later. We don't know if that's his face. I feel like it was his face.
Yeah, I think that was his face. I thought it was
the other guy had the pedals.
I thought it was the London guy at first, but
So anyways, and that's why that dude was saying, "Hey, Mark," or whatever, because that must be whatever his real name is.
Yeah, we never knew. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, fast forward, that guy's done. He's gone, and then the Brainiac is talking to these villagers about like, hey, I'm doing my thesis, and I know so-and-so is doing his thesis, or he's trying to.
They finally get the go-ahead from the elders to do the thesis in general.
He's like, we got to work together with each other.
Because Christian came to me first.
Yeah, which is, I love
Classic
that his toy
Christian.
with him,
Classic
playing
Christian.
with him. It's crazy.
But the thing, too, like, he's like, can we take photos? And you're like, absolutely not.
Yeah, they're showing him like documents and like scroll type stuff that's like very like prestigious, like ritual.
It's like sacred to them.
Yeah, it's sacred. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. And it's done by their, what was the guy called? Their Oracle, who is a incestuous child, is what he is. He's like a mutant. He looks like the dude from Notre Dame or whatever. The fucking
Hunchback.
Fucking ringing the bell. Yeah. He's all fuckered up in the face.
And he just finger paints on pages, and the elders interpret that and write down the text.
And they write down the text of what
and
the
so
meaning
and they
is.
say because of his condition, he's more open to the source.
Yes.
You know, he's not.
And then the Brainiac's like, well, what do you do when he's gone? Like, how do you get more oracles? I guess you know. And they're like, oh, well, we breed.
Yeah,
them.
they're like he's a purposeful inbred.
Yes.
You know, saying it's like we purposely do that.
Which is crazy.
And then like they also like dropped a hint about being you know, every once in a while we have to add in new genes to the population because I think they asked, like, aren't you worried about diversity?
Later.
It doesn't matter when.
Yeah,
it just
either
pops
way,
up.
they do talk about that. How you do have to add in other genes to the.
Seems pretty relevant, Ryan.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. You're right. But anyway, so, you know, curiosity killed the cat, and he was curious, and he wanted photos.
Dude, no, he slept with his shoes on. He took out his phone out. He was planning on fucking immediately
they're like,
disobeying them.
Yeah, but photos. No, he can't. Well, he goes.
Like no,
rules
and
anyway.
the guy was like, it wasn't just like no. He was like offended. He closed the book. He's like, no, absolutely not. You kidding me? Get the hell out of here! Like he was like upset.
When he goes to take these photos, though, he's getting the photos, which I don't know why he didn't just take a video of it and just scroll through it real quickly. You know, you could probably got a lot more information that way.
Yeah,
but he's taking like flash.
Yeah.
Even though there's like light beaming on this book. But regardless, that happens. He hears a noise, turns around, then he's like thinking it's Mark or whatever name it is. He's like, Mark, what are you doing? What are you doing in here? And he's like looking at this guy. And like the dude's kind of walking up, and it looks like his friend, but then also kind of doesn't.
Yeah, something's off, like that uncanny valley thing.
Meanwhile, there's another dude coming up from behind,
that
just
big
fucking
old mallet,
wallops him on the head. He falls down, and then this freak show's wearing Mark's face, and he's just like, making some weird groaning sounds
like
at him.
like the old Texas Chainsaw type of thing.
And then they drag his dead body, and you see the blood trail. So he's dead now.
Yeah.
All you have left is the couple, I believe, at this point.
I think so.
So we're down to the couple. They, it's like the following day, they do a one-off. They say, hey, the book's missing and both your friends are missing too. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
How would that
You know
be?
how that looks?
And then Christian's like, up and down. Shows a piece of shit.
Oh my God, that's another one.
We don't
Jesus
associate
Christ.
ourselves
He even
with
says
them.
like we are not
We're
even friends. Like
with them. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
And then it's so bad. It's so phony, and he's so like
horrible.
He's like, and I would just the utmost respect for you and your community. Oh my gosh, you guys are the tops. Like it's just like, dude, shut up, man.
So he throws them under the bus, and then the girlfriend is kind of like, that's kind of weird, right? She's like, this is weird. Like, what the fuck?
Alarm bells should be going off for all these people.
Regardless,
she's got a lot going on. I give her a pass for not seeing that.
So then you fast forward a little bit throughout the day, and they start doing more of the festivities. They're doing the little dance around the flower pole thing, which is like a big deal.
And it's like they call it the dance competition.
And it's all the ladies that do this one.
Yeah, and prior to, like, way early on when everyone was alive, Danny was looking at all these photos on the wall, framed photos, and they're like, what is this? She's like, oh, those are all the May Queens from, or the Midsummer Queens, you know, from a dance competition. And they just peppered that in.
Yeah,
so then this is that said dance competition.
And as they're all lining up to go start this dance, because she gets roped into it too, and she's like, fuck it.
Yeah, they're like, a lady tradition is what they said, a custom, so.
They're pouring these drinks, and of course it's like a psychedelic thing. So she slams that sucker, goes and dances her little head off. And then while that's happening, Christian's kind of just like, he was wandering around for a second. I can't remember if he was asking about like their traditions or something.
Yeah, he's probably nosing
he does
around.
something, and then he stumbles back to the group, and he's watching her, and that's when some other girl comes up and is like, you should drink this.
Yeah, he's like, well, what is it?
Yeah, and then like he's like, I don't really like psychedelics, I'm kind of a bitch, essentially. But then he fucking drinks it anyways, and he is a bitch on psychedelics, which I love this.
I mean, not everyone can do psychedelics though. I mean, you know,
I know,
like, I don't like psychedelics that much.
But this character, I'm saying I love it for him. He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
I'm glad he had a bad trip.
I'm just saying. some people can have bad trips and,
and
just
some can
still
have
be cool.
amazing ones and just love them and really enjoy them. But anyways, so some can dance around that little fucking flower thing and become the queen. You know, who knows?
Right. I mean, we all have our things, but you know.
Yeah, so we have an old lady just
different people
pushing their ass.
It's like alcohol, tolerance. Some people have really low, some people have really high, dude.
True. But anyways, so fast forward, the girl, she's tripping, she's doing this stuff. At one point, she starts speaking Swedish or whatever.
Yeah, it's
she's
really
like,
cool. I really love that.
Blah, 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 yeah, and like it's really setting in, and then she wins. She wins the dance off. Pretty much, you dance until you drop. It's all this ceremonial thing, dating back to this whole event that happened back in the day. Anyways. Big deal. She wins it. It's awesome.
She becomes the Midsommar Queen.
And they put her on this little pedestal. They start raising her up. They're walking her, and they start singing the Yahoo Forest, Yahoo something from Whoville with the Grinch. Sounds just like it. We're gonna maybe pair them together.
Yahoo Forest, Yahoo Doris, welcome Christmas, bring your light.
Välkommen hem. Otroligt grattis.
Vi älskar dig.
Anyways, crazy. So they take her off, and the boyfriend's just like, what is going on?
He's having a bad trip at this point, so he's just like,
They-
he's hunched over, doesn't know what. I think he literally asked the guy, what's going on?
Well, that's like, it's
okay.
coming in a minute.
All right.
They take her, and they sit her down, big table, everybody's seated there, boyfriend's not there yet.
Well, also, before they see her, though, guess what? Hers the only seat that's way different than everyone else's.
Yeah, she's at the end. She's like,
everyone's like standing until she gets there,
Yeah.
so now she's the guest of honor, just like everyone else.
Leading the
just,
show,
just like the blue
yes.
chairs were.
Yes.
Very something crazy. Like, I thought she was gonna be sacrificed
it
immediately.
definitely looked like it could be, dude. It didn't look like it would be nice to win that.
No,
that
it definitely
queen
looked like it
prize.
was lined up to be like, because it was an honor for like the old people. They said like they take pride in it. It's an honor. to
yeah.
this. So I was like, oh man,
They take pride in a lot of things that I don't agree
that's
with.
what
But-
just seemed so odd. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, so they're all at this long table. Everybody in the town's there. Then she's seated first, and then everybody follows suit.
Yeah.
And also her boyfriend comes stumbling in a little bit later, like almost midway, where he's like, ooh, because he's like all fucking
He's
tripping
all
out.
tripped out.
And he gets like the middle seat way down off the left, and he's sitting there. And then like they come up to her and they're like, oh, here's some pickled herring or whatever. And she's like, what? Herring for good luck. And then takes the fish. And the boyfriend's kind of watching from afar. And they're like, and the guy's like, you have to try to do it. You gotta try to do it.
They wanted to
They're
swallow it whole.
Slap
is what
her
they
with
wanted
this
to do.
fish, yeah. And then she's like, oh, and she like fucking fails at it. And then like everybody kind of like starts laughing. And she's laughing. Everybody's having a good time. But then he's like, the boyfriend, he's just like,
He's hunched over.
and not having a good time at all. He's hearing this stuff, and then he looks at this old dude, and he's like, hey. And the old guy looks at him. He's like, looking at the old guy, he's like, there's like, he says something to him like,
This is
oh,
what's going on here.
yeah, what's going on? Like, this isn't cool. I'm not having a good time. Like, something along those lines, like, what's going on? And then the old guy just looks at him and just goes, and then he's just like, oh. He's like, why would you do that? And the old guy just turns around and just like, what a bitch. And he's just like, here's the dude, does the clap, then he turns around and the
Damn,
old
it
guy's
feels
like,
good to be a gangster.
that's great. Back to the actual show. Look at the queen here just won. Shut that little bitch up for a minute. And then meanwhile, when he does that, the girl who wants his dick, the redhead who we didn't
boy.
talk about that very
No,
much.
we didn't.
We didn't talk about that at all. But anyways, there's this redhead who wants Christian, the asshole
That was the one who
boyfriend.
kicked him, I guess. We
Yeah.
mentioned it. It was the
The
start of
most minute bit. We didn't talk about the thing under the bed or anything else. We'll talk about it later.
Talk about it
in
right
the
now.
Tapestry.
Talk about it right now.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess we'll rewind then. Okay, so just yeah. So there's this girl who kind of like fancies the boyfriend.
She's in love with Christian from afar.
Yeah, she put some weird little thing, like what is it?
They call it a love rune.
Yeah.
She hand whittled a piece of thing.
Yeah.
The
Shoved it under his
Brainiac,
bed.
when the Brainiac was alive, he asked the elder, he's like, what is this? I found it
Yeah,
at
'cause
Christian's bed.
he watched it happen at night. It was kind of like weird. And then he asked him, and that's when he found out. And then come to find out, they tell Christian, and the dude's like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, she actually just became
able to have sex.
able to have sex. Like, it's a big deal. They called it a certain label, though. It was a
Yeah,
certain
it was
name.
like their phase.
And
of
earlier
whatever.
we saw this big like tapestry thing that was like on like all hung up.
Yeah.
Where it shows like in order this whole story being told. You can explain the story.
All right. So.
We didn't even talk about the food that happened after that.
I know. We'll mention it. I love. There's a lot of things with paintings and art that happened in like things that were in the background or things that were shown actually happened in the movie, which is pretty cool. So in this tapestry, they show a person doing a few different things. It shows a woman getting dressed, getting ready. It might show heart eyes or something, or heart between them. Anyway, then it shows her naked and her legs open.
She's
and
got
she
like
has
shears.
Yeah, she has shears. It shows like she has hair on her vagina.
like,
It just cutting her pubes.
Yeah.
Then it shows her bleeding, squatting over something, like some type of dish.
Like a cup.
Yeah, it didn't. I think like I don't know if it had a cup, but it definitely was over something.
I think it was a cup. Maybe it wasn't, but I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I wonder if we
either way,
play that whole. Actually, we probably reel the whole.
definitely
season
can.
in.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there's that.
And then then it shows you know, the plate that looked like she bled on. You know, is fed to the guy.
He's eating it, yeah.
And then it shows him having swirly eyes in the next tapestry.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then they're together, and then it shows her pregnant at the end.
There we go.
With that, yeah. Anyway, so that was the whole thing. That girl was emulating that whole fucking thing we just talked about, and she's going for this dude. She wants his seed. And fast forward to the whole time where they're at the table, the chick just won like prom queen, and he's sitting there like fucking tripping his balls off. She locks eyes with him and was like, "Hey, come on over here, follow me." So
Well,
then,
too, yeah. Do you want to say about like how like whenever they're first eating, like whenever they're eating, he found the hair in his food.
yeah, I guess we should mention that. My bad.
So he found the pube in his hair in the previous meal in his food. Also, before that, we noticed everyone's. It was almost like orange juice, like grapefruit juice colorish. His was grapefruit juice color, a little bit pinkish. Everyone else's was more like peachy-ish.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't orange.
His was noticeably different, but to like a point
it
where
was
it's
a
like
subtle. It was a subtle notice, but with everyone there, it was obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you didn't realize once you saw the hair, you're like, oh shit. That means there's period blood in there, like, you know?
Yeah. It was crazy.
But,
yeah. That, oh god.
So and they of
really
course
good.
they
Was
make
it organic.
They definitely have him take a swig.
I like that.
But yeah, then the other meal, she takes him away, and there's a whole flower petals. Someone has flower petals.
Oh yeah, because first
trail.
let's talk about prom queen girl. She goes into a carriage because she's got to go
bless the crops.
Bless the crops. They're doing this whole ceremonial thing, and she's like, "Can I bring Christian with me?" And they're like, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah, Queen's gotta
And
go
she's
alone.
like, all right, fine, fuck it. So then she goes off, does her thing, and that's when they take him, and then he's got these little rose petals leading him to like the fucking pussy dungeon, essentially. And he goes that way, opens the barn doors, and what does he see?
Well, he sees the redheaded naked girl on
She's like this, like-
she's like this.
You don't see her vagine, but she's naked.
Yeah, she's naked, and she's on like a bed of just flowers, and then around her is about 9 naked in between people in their winter, in their fall, in their summer age group.
Yes. We got all the ages.
All the ages in there. They're all naked, all women, and then so he's supposed to. He just kind of. One of them walks over to him and derobes him.
And then this other dude opens up this little, he like opens up this thing.
That's
he's
before
like,
he gets in there, because he's the only guy that ends up in there.
And it's just smoke that comes out. And he's
he
like,
says, breathe this.
It's for your
Vitality.
It's for your fucking boner to fucking be strong. But
And, glad we got that in there.
Yeah.
And so, but they derobe him. He goes over there. He starts like laying down with her. I guess he starts having sex, then like isn't really yet into it because he's like tripping. There's all this weird stuff going on.
The ladies are kind of doing like a little chorus for him. They're like doing like a
yeah,
like something like that.
And then kind of like the hive mind with pain. Once he eventually does like start like once he starts having like fucking her and she starts moaning a little bit, then they start acapella pulse moaning.
Yeah, then they all start getting the
So then it goes to the outside.
It's very much like pulsating, like breathing.
Yeah, it's like a breathing, moaning, like a bunch, like but an acapella form of that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like all these.
One just like freestyles.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like a dolphin. But they're fucking. They're
like, Cindy, you keep fucking this
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And they show outside the barn. The queen comes back. Like,
before that though.
Oh, okay.
Can we please talk about that? There's this old lady who's like
She's the one
kind of plump.
She was the one who derobed him.
She gets up behind him, and like he's on top, like fucking like doing the thing. The girl's there. And then she gets up behind him and then just starts grabbing his butt cheeks. It's like, yeah, I'm a part of this. Yeah, wait. God dang it. There we go. Like that. Oh, yeah. And she's like right there. It was crazy. And he's just like, first he's like, what the?
I know. It's not
I thought I was doing a good job, but I guess not.
And then
once she gets done though, the girl's like, she like takes the semen inside of her.
Because the girl was like, it's just the baby pose to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like that. They do say like that helps you get pregnant. Like it's like a thing.
Do that. What was that hot tub time machine? Like right after she has sex, the girl goes, I feel pregnant.
Oh, it's funny.
I feel pregnant.
You're welcome.
That was that.
Yeah. And but yeah, so then he did. That's all they care about him. Which why wouldn't they just let, like with his vitality? Why wouldn't they do that with like a bunch of these people to spread the genetics?
You would think, something to that degree.
You know, no, but they immediately are like, all right, we're gonna kill him.
Well, no, he's in there still. Then that's when the queen comes back and she hears the moaning. She's like, what's going on?
Well, and the one lady's like, she's like, you shouldn't go.
You don't want to go.
You don't want to
see
do that.
And then she's like, I think I rather do want to see this. And
So,
then she follows
she
it.
looks through the keyhole.
Looks through the little keyhole. And that's when she sees all that stuff.
Yeah, so she starts.
She immediately throws up. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
God, it looks so gross. That old lady's got her thumb up my boyfriend's butt right now.
Yeah, she's crying, throwing up, feeling awful.
Yeah.
And then
her herd of like 7 women come to her rescue. They take her, they usher her into another household.
Yeah.
That's where they have their moment where they're all hiving together and breathing together.
Screaming. Eventually it just turns to scream cry.
It's crazy how it all is the same unit though. And like the guy who brought them there had mentioned to her at one point when it was just them two, like, hey, when you're with your boyfriend, do you feel like,
held?
Yeah, do you feel held? Do you feel like you're at home? Yeah. And like honestly, that's what this whole cult aesthetic is like they're here to like you're all together. You are at home.
Yeah, it's all a big network.
It's a community for sure.
They had little hints, like one chick had a baby, and Danny asked about it, and she's like, everyone raises babies here. Like, because she asked, like, how old's your baby? She's like, oh, it's not mine. We all raise the babies.
Exactly.
So like, it's all one community. Like,
and
they drop little hints like that.
Honestly, there's that show on Netflix. I mentioned it a while back in one of our other clips. I don't know which film it was because we got a few in the chamber still. Anyways. There's a show on Netflix that has a cult aesthetic thing like that too, and there's a thing where they talk about like, oh, the baby's everybody's baby. We haven't had a baby in so long, and they're all passing the baby around. It's like crazy. But anyways, back to this one though. So she's freaking out. He literally after that he busts out of the barn. He's naked. It's like he's like aware. He has like a moment of clarity. He was like, oh my god, but like he's still tripping because it hits him in waves. So he's running around naked. He sees other people. And he's like, oh, covering himself.
He doesn't know where to go.
Running naked. He goes into this chicken coop.
Before the chicken coop. He runs and remember he sees the Brainiac's leg sticking out of the.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's Brainiac's foot and like leg up to his knees, like sticking straight out of the ground, and he's also got like a little carve.
I was gonna say I guess that's why they left it there because they wanted to carve it. Very odd.
Working on this one. Yeah, it was weird, but 1 foot in the ground.
Like we don't get to see this flesh that often.
So he runs past that and he goes into the chicken coop where he finds another body.
Wow,
like,
this body,
and it's hanging in like
this
such
is
a
like
weird
this is like
way.
Game of Thrones style fucking.
It's almost like what was that called? What?
Yeah, it was filleting.
Is that what?
I thought that was
it
what
the
called.
Vikings that did that?
I don't know if it was the Vikings.
That was a real
but
thing though, where they'd actually
they tear the skin off and
then
hang you up by it.
They would hang them, and they'd have like all the shit exposed. They would do it in a way where I think they tried to keep you alive for a bit of it too. It was crazy.
Yeah.
What was that called? There's a name for that.
Yeah, I do know what
We
you're
can
talking
think
about.
of it. Maybe we'll plug it. But
We'll plug it up there.
But anyways, yeah. So it's kind of similar to that. And then while he's in there, he's like, "Holy shit!" Freaking out.
Flensed?
Was
Is
it?
it flensed?
I really couldn't tell you.
Something that
but I know it's
Apple
got a weird name, and it was it's unique to some people used to do that. Anyways, regardless, yeah, I know, super smart. But
It's pretty scientific, actually.
Yeah. It's something to do with the soil and the air. We won't get into it right now. But he turns around right when he does that. They do the cinnamon challenge and just go and like blow this in his face, and he's immediately like he's down.
Yeah.
He's a sack of potatoes. Then he wakes up. Some chick like slapping him in the face, and she's like, "You can't speak or move." And he's in like this goofy ass fucking wheelchair that's from like the 1800s.
Like a wicker
They
wheelchair.
got him covered up with a little blanket.
The polio blanket.
I love it. Yes, it's exactly what it is. So he's there. While he's there, the queen is up top, sitting on her podium.
Her head is just sitting out of a volcano of flowers.
Yeah, she's like in a bunch of flowers. It's awesome.
All you see is her neck and a head. Everything else is just a flower dome.
Dude.
And then she has a crown on too.
It's quite the fit or whatever though. It looks pretty cool. Anyway, so she's chilling up there, and then this guy does this whole spiel about like, hey, we're about to do our biggest ritual yet. We only do this once every 90 years. We're about to set some human sacrifices up
9
on the table.
sacrifices.
Yeah, 9
and
sacrifices.
it's supposed to 9 times. And it's supposed to do something. Like it helps them.
It has to do with that darkness or whatever that they had plagued them back in the whatever time. It all, yes, correlates. But anyways, they have these 9 sacrifices. A couple of these ding dongs are like, we volunteer, because they're idiots. And then they have, what were some of the other ones?
All the people they killed, Americans.
All the people they killed, yeah, Lena, you're right.
Then people were picked via bingo.
Yeah, there was a bingo, or the queen could choose.
The queen would choose between, I think, the bingo picks.
Yeah, I thought she could either have the bingo or just choose anybody.
Okay.
Because they were gonna do the bingo, which would be anybody in the village.
I got you. I thought she had to choose between a pre-selected thing, and I thought the bingo was pre-selected.
Yeah,
so never
bingo
mind.
was like, that's a catch-all. She doesn't want to have to make the choice herself. We'll go through bingo, and it can be like otherworldly, or she can actually point a finger. What she decides to, and who
She finally makes the right decision. She says, "Hey, Christian, see ya.
Go fuck yourself." And like, we love that. That was a good scene. That was good.
I mean, it was about time.
Yeah. So they take him, and
how
do they prepare him?
So
for this
they're
sacrifice?
I'll get right to that. But just like one of those paintings, we noticed.
Shit.
Yeah, we noticed one. I know.
It's so funny. Like, we talk about how do people miss that, and we completely miss talking about the whole
Well, I
thing
mean,
too.
we were talking about all the paintings. We just didn't talk about every specific one.
Yeah,
One we saw at our apartment that was really eye-catching. We even commented on it. I was like, "Ooh, a bear and a crown. That's cool." So at one point, whenever you first see that tapestry, there also was a giant bear in a cage. And no one looks crazy, like no one asks questions about it, and it's like nuts. I get the cult people don't, but like the American group walk by it and like, ooh, look at this tapestry.
And the funny thing
like,
that I think
it was
is
like
hilarious is
literally
that we literally
what?
just did the same thing talking about this film. We literally went straight into the tapestry, and we completely forgot about the bear, which is like hilarious.
Yeah, it is very funny.
We pulled what they just did.
Yeah, except there wasn't a fucking bear in front of us.
I know.
But yeah,
like, holy shit, guys!
Yeah, no, that's very funny. That's very funny.
Everybody's tripping here. There's no bear.
So you know, she was the queen. She's the crown, and the bear. I forget what exactly she was doing. I thought that based on that, the bear was gonna eat her. That's why I was like, oh man, she's sacrificed. The bear's gonna eat her because the painting. Turns out, no, he's the bear. So they gut a bear and they hollow it out for the most part, all of its guts and all that stuff, and they shove him in the bear. So he's in a bear suit, looking straight grizzly. Dude.
Yes.
Bitch better have its honey.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I can get that in, I will.
Yes.
But so anyway, he's also, and they say like, you are the most wicked, boss, and like, so he's set in the middle of this.
Oh yeah, it's like
fires.
a pyramid.
Yeah.
Like a tiki pyramid,
Like
and they
big
have all these
A-frame.
people, spread out in there. That they set up all the dead bodies and the two guys that are like willing to do it themselves at Volunteers Tribute.
Yeah.
And we talked about there's this guy who comes in there before they like do their whole thing, where he's like, he goes up to him, he's like, to the two guys that volunteered, he's like, this will make it to where you have no pain, and then they eat like something off a spoon.
He said, try this. This is from the yeet tree, for you have no pain. And the other one, he goes, from the yeet tree, so you have no fear.
Yeah. He does all that stuff, and it's like, oh my god. It made me think of that scene from The Green Mile where he's like, oh, I didn't know you're supposed to wet
I didn't know the sponge was supposed to be wet.
Because like later, we'll get into that bit. You tell what goes on now. How's it roll out? They come up, they're saying the words about the bear or something.
Oh, I mean, they just called him wicked. He's the wicked one. So
Yeah,
like,
he's wicked as stuff,
they're all the other people are on the outside of like, the wall side of this spot. They're all sitting on hay. There's hay all everywhere in there because it's gonna light up on fire. The bear thing's been soaked in like kerosene or something.
Yeah.
And so he's set up in the middle. So when the fire starts, he's gonna take a while to burn, and then eventually it'll fucking get him.
But as all this fire's going on, you see
the guy
guys,
who was supposed to have no pain, freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, the guy with no fear or whatever, like when they're like looking at each other, he looks at him, the one dude's like smiling at him like, yeah, this is gonna be great, dude, we fucking did it. He's like, yeah, we did it. And then like immediately, once he starts getting licked by the fire, he's like, holy fuck, like he's flipping out, like that fucking hurts. And it's like, the other guy was like, oh, damn,
shit,
this sucks.
Yeah.
And then like he's screaming, everybody outside starts screaming.
And they're convulsing, screaming. They're like doing craziness.
They're going wild.
Like raving out. It's nuts.
It is nuts. It's crazy.
And then I think
I think she just smiles.
Yeah. So I mean, she has that look on her face like this first.
Yeah, she's always like constantly wearing a frown. Like she's got this.
I mean, she had a lot of shit happen to her.
I know, but she just got the lips in her face.
For sure. And then this scene, as she finally watches the A-frame burn, she gets not just a big smile, like a tooth. She gets a toothy grin.
Yeah,
like
she's cheesing hard.
A real
she's
happiness. Like I bought it. She's happy.
Yeah.
But
and the sound of wow, wow, wow.
Oh, dude.
We're gonna bust your speakers before the end of this film.
That's crazy. What do you want to rate this film? I know what I'm gonna rate it. Do you have your number yet?
Oh shoot, let me think. I didn't really prepare.
You're fine. Do you
I'm
mind?
still digesting.
Do you want to thank, or do you want me to give you thank before I give my answer?
I have an idea of mine, but yeah, you go for yours and then give me your answer.
So I'm gonna rate this one a 5 for a few reasons. One, I couldn't stand the fucking audio.
Yeah. The audio is
like that. It pissed me off. Like it actually got me mad, and I was like wanting to fast forward. All right, good movie. I don't think I liked that it was kind of a slow burn. I loved the scenery and stuff. Maybe it was just so late, but I feel like it didn't have to be that long for what they did. I guess they want like they're there for a month and a month and a half. They want you to really soak it out. I just feel like they probably could have got this in an hour 50.
Maybe
hour
they were
40.
also saying like a month and a half though. Like, are you talking about the length of the film or like the length? Oh yeah. It was very long.
I'm saying they could have shortened the length of the film for sure. That's why it went down to a 5 for me. But the overall concept, very cool. I don't see. For me, it's fairly original. Like, like they go to like a different country, go to the culty vibe. I feel like, for me, not too much happened to where like, I thought it was gonna get like crazy whenever like the first London people like got taken. I thought it was gonna like, they were almost gonna be like, it's gonna start to get creepier. They're gonna all start hunting them down, but then like it turned into like just a sex ritual. They just need them for the genetics, and then they were just, like we didn't get to see Sid die. We didn't even get to see, he's just gone. Like all that stuff, like it was just so like, I wish I would have like got to feel the fear. I got to see the chase. I wish they did creepier stuff.
I wish there was more fighting back for sure, because I feel like there would be, and I feel like some people wouldn't take the psychedelics at all.
Yeah.
Like I know that they're probably cherry picking people when they were like going to like harvest.
I mean honestly,
like
I'm sure like that friend group that he realized that they would do it. It was probably prerequisite, like, hey, you can come out here. We're gonna like trip on shrooms. We're gonna do this,
I mean, I get that, and like
girls and booze. I know you do. He's probably doing one of those things where he's trying to like.
I still feel like there'd be moments where it's like, maybe they'd be like, I'm gonna fake this because I don't feel comfortable. I feel like there would be more senses. I know that they're like doing psychedelics heavily and things like that to like confuse people to where they can't think straight.
And compliance for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like there has to be like, I don't know, just some sort of basic instinct that might come in, or like more wandering off and like looking at the scene. You're in a different foreign land, a country. I would kind of like just kind of fuck off on myself, like, and just look around and like do my own thing. I'd probably get killed doing that though too if that were me.
Yeah.
Out there in this setting, I mean.
Very quickly die.
Yeah, but it's like still, who knows? Yeah, I'd be one of those fuckers filleted. God dang it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't survive either. It just sucks.
Yeah. I said.
I hope I'd get to bang for before I go out.
So you're gonna put some under my bed too? How's this work?
No, it's just fucking. The whole thing is just like, I get a 5 just because I kind of just wished it was something else. Again, a good movie though. I hated the audio. Thought it was a little too long, and there's a few things I wish. It
was very lengthy.
And like some movies, I don't mind the length if it's like really intriguing, but this was like, it was a lengthy slow burn to where like it slow burned into like not even a fire. It was like a slow burning candle.
Yeah, I did a 6 on my grade.
That's good.
I did a 6 because I was kind of doing like mid-road. I didn't want to go too high on it because like you said, it was super lengthy. It did have like just the character builds were okay. I really hated that character a lot.
They made you hate him,
but I do like how well they made me hate him. That's the thing. Like I like how well.
Well, and Danny was very lovable. Like she was awesome.
It was very like weird though, because like I don't know, there was a lot of weirdness where it was like they got the tickets really quick. They did all that stuff. Like I mean, they had 2 weeks, and then she immediately was just like boom. I mean, I get where her headspace was at.
I think they just like there's like off-screen magic where they didn't want to do.
But like
that
also
much.
like her whole family just died. Like doesn't she have to set up a funeral? Isn't that gonna be sooner than later? And like, did you already do the funeral and then you went out there really quickly?
They might have done that.
You got a lot of stuff that you have to fix at your home now because like there's wills and testaments. Like there's
that's true.
Responsibilities.
There's a lot of legal things,
but a lot more than 2 weeks.
What if she just wanted to get away from it for a little bit?
You're gonna get away from it for a month and a half because that's a month and a half. That's a commitment for a month and a half, and then you come back to that. It's a lot of shit to come back to after letting it on the back burner.
I feel like people wait months and months because they don't even want to touch it because they don't want to emotionally deal with it.
I don't know. I just feel like it's like I do get that. Yeah, I guess it's just. She ain't coming back though. So at the end of the day,
yeah, that's for sure. I think that one I could see her just being emotionally distraught where she doesn't even want to think about it. I don't want to think about my parents' estate. I don't want to think about all the stuff. I just don't want to deal with it.
I think it's like not even about not want to think about it. Most of the stuff you kind of have to though. You have to like get your ducks in order.
Yeah, but guess what? You don't have to. You should. You definitely should.
Yeah,
but it's very easy. It's very easy to be like, if I'm the only one and there's it's my responsibility, but I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me go to Sweden.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Well, you have to. Well, I'm in Sweden now, so.
Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna get some Belgian chocolate
I already
too.
didn't, so yeah. So there's. I could see her doing that again. She's clinging to her boyfriend. She wants this relationship, right? She didn't want him to go without her because she knew they're gonna be done, dude.
I feel that. I did like the idea though. I like the concept. It did have like Amish meets cult which I guess Amish kind of are a cult, maybe to their own.
Yeah, I mean
level.
they're religion.
But like to like a way further extent, it was cool to kind of see like peek behind the curtain on like what their ideals were. That was kind of neat. I like the ideas. Like they fleshed out like a whole concept of what this cult would be like.
Yeah.
What would be a weird cult? And it's in a different country where like maybe their laws are different. And they have more rural areas that like people can be tucked away. Because I know like we have like Amish people like all over in like Illinois in their own little pockets all over. So they got their own little communities.
Yeah.
But like maybe it's like, I don't know, it's like mountainscape. It's like Ricola type vibes of where we're at, you know? So it was a cool like idea and a cool look on that. And I just like, the colors were weird.
The visuals were fucking phenomenal.
The visuals
were really cool. I loved all the artwork they keyed in there.
I like how like
cool.
in the very beginning, yeah, her apartment or whatever had a lot of artwork that was common themes of like foreshadowing what you're about to witness and all tied together. Like you probably could have watched her apartment and gotten the whole movie.
Which saves a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of like ear sounds of just like.
I can't even hear very well, and I was pissed off.
Yeah,
Imagine if someone who actually
it was
has
crazy.
good hearing.
Yeah. I saw like the windows like
shaking.
Like you know when you got like big bass and you see like your side mirrors on your car, like oh my god, something's gonna happen.
That's what it was
That
like.
was what was going on in this whole room. My eyes were
crazy.
doing that. I was like,
Crazy.
What is happening?
But yeah, I mean, like the visuals are cool, a lot of stuff, but I just, you know.
So, yeah,
so anyway,
6.5,
5.5 overall
Yes.
VHS score. But yeah, I think that's it, man. That's all I gotta say about Midsommar.
I feel yeah.
All right, I was expecting something different.
Leave comments. We want to know what you guys think of the film. Did you watch it through and through? What were like some iconic scenes that stood out to you? I know for me it was definitely the cliff scene. That was something that was like, wow.
It's very visceral, if I will say.
To say the least. Yeah. We want to know what score did you grade it, and do you have any movie recommendations? If so, put them in the comments because we will throw them in the bag.
That's right.
Yeah, so
and then we will get, you know, your stuff going. It'll be good.
Heck yeah. So yeah, Visceral Junkies, we appreciate the views. Keep watching. Tune in to the next episode because it'll be dropping very soon.
That's right. All right. See you next time, guys.
Thank
Night.
you. Be kind. Rewind. I just love that character, dude. Him is
He's just the worst.
He's always just some weird stuff. Not him, like the goofy, Toy Story kid.
Oh, got it.
He's
Sid.
always like doing stuff, yeah.
And
Puts a
say
little
hi.
stick under her bed.
That'd be so funny. He's.
If anyone's listening upstairs, by the way, it's just like, what are you guys fucking doing
yeah,
now?
dude. Yeah. Oh, what terrible timing. Dude,
something?
look in the background. There's fucking a face in the trees. Look in the background. Just wait.
Everything's moving.
Just wait. Look right there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. They were talking about how everything's breathing. Look at her trip. You can see the trip happening right
Yes,
now.
you can.
Look at that building.
Yeah,
dude.
that was
This is
waving.
trippy as fuck.